Fitzgerald coming up. Bobby Fitz coming up. The longtime voice of the Golden State Warriors. He's done it all. Sabercats. He's done some baseball. He's done a little bit of everything. He's on the, he's got the connection, right? All right. Bob Fitzgerald with a banner year this year with the Golden State Warriors behind the microphone, man. He does it all, and he's going to break this series down with us as we get ready for Kings and Warriors. First time we've ever seen this series in the playoffs. It's going to be historic. Game 1 Saturday night at the Golden One Center at 5:30 p.m., and we cannot wait as the trash talk is happening between us and ESPN 1320. Kings fans are jacked up. It's going to be a lot of fun. Fitz, what's happening, man? Good morning.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Oh, man, we're so fired up for this series, man. We're breaking down the matchups and Fox obviously is a bonus, and they're three-point shooters, and of course the X factors for the Warriors. But I keep coming back to this, Fitz. Go to bed last night. I'm just thinking to myself, how the heck are they going to slow down Stephen Curry? Now, no team really has an answer for Steph Curry. He's one of the 10 greatest players in NBA history, in my opinion. But in this series, they think they're going to get away with Davion Mitchell on Steph. I just think he's going to set the tone of this series. He's going to have a big one in the series against the Sacramento Kings, Fitz.
It's going to be interesting because if you look at the Greg Popovich disciples, of which Mike Brown is one, the first thing they're going to do is send two guys at Steph every time.
A lot of blitzing.
So it's going to be – I wouldn't – Steph scoring is going to be Steph scoring, but it's going to be how much Steph gets rid of the ball, and then they get that 4-on-3 in the half court. And so you have a couple. As soon as Steph crosses midcourt, there'll be two guys on him to get the ball out of his hands and make somebody else beat you. Mike Brown knows the Warriors.
Right.
You can't let Steph get rolling. That just brings everybody along for the ride. So it's not going to be just Davion Mitchell. It's not going to be just De'Aaron Fox. It's not going to be just Keegan Murray. It's going to be two guys to now Steph has passed the ball to either Draymond or Looney. Now it's a 4-on-3. How much to the Warriors? Is it DiVincenzo hitting a three or Clay hitting a three? Is it somebody getting downhill making a layup? So you're going to see that the Spurs do that, the whole kitchen sink at Steph. Sacramento, it's going to be anybody but Steph trying to beat us, which is why you don't want to foul, because if you foul and they shoot free throws, now they're in a set defense. If you get a stop and you can run out in a scattered floor, now they can't find two guys to go guard Steph, and now Steph can run wild in the open floor and hit shots.
Steph mentioned yesterday after practice that, Mike Brown, he expects to see Mike Brown throw some boxing one at him, like Nick Nurse did in the 2019 finals. You expect that as well, Sacramento to junk it up with that defense as well?
I think Bobby Jackson will guard Steph. I think Doug Christie will guard Steph. I think John Barry will guard Steph.
Barbosa?
Raymond Tisdale will come back and guard Steph. It's going to be the Kings roster guarding Steph, because that is the way, if you think about it, as well as we know the Warriors, I want anybody but Curry to beat me.
Yeah.
That's the, I think I'll take my chances and give Steph space. Well, good luck. You lost. So I think the Kings will be heavy duty on that. And then this is the number to watch for this whole series. It's 40. 40. Does Kevin Huerter, Keegan Murray, and Malik Monk, did they get more than 40 in a game or less than 40 in a game? Those three guys are Sabonis and Fox are going to get theirs. But what does Huerter, Keegan Murray, and Malik Monk do scoring-wise? You hold them in the low 30s, you will win. If they get 40 or plus, you will lose. And so those three guys, that's the number to watch each and every game in this series.
Man, there's so many questions I got for you right now. But let's start with the one about Andrew Wiggins. What are realistic expectations for fans for Wiggins? What should we expect from him, or what do you think is fair to expect from him? Because I don't know what that answer looks like.
Well, look at last year. Steph was integrated into the first round as Rick Celebrini evaluated his fitness and his readiness to play. Now, that was coming off an injury. Now, Wiggins is coming off a big delay in missing time, obviously, to tend to a family matter, but not coming off an injury. So that's good. Right. So it's just a conditioning thing. And, I think Wiggins is like an Iguodala type and Steph, that they never get out of shape. But now playoff game shape is totally different. But they've got the catapult system that they put on these guys, and they can, run 500 wind sprints. Now what's your heart rate? What was your heart rate during the season? What was your activity in practice? What was your heart rate then? It's very scientific, and Rick Celebrini will have yes, I have him ready to play. Or, hey, you know what? We got about 20 minutes. We can use them, maybe 10 minutes each half or whatever. But, the Warriors have this very dialed down, and they'll have Wiggins, used to the appropriate level that he's ready. And I think that will ramp up, obviously, as the playoffs go on.
Yeah, so then what do you think the trickle-down effect is for GP2, Dante DiVincenzo, Kuminga? Because there's kind of like some puzzle pieces here that you got to kind of figure out. How do you think all these are interconnected?
Well, I think that here's the thing that, people when they – first of all, throw out the regular season.
Of course.
I don't want to hear any more about the regular season.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at last year's title defense. You had Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, Looney with Poole and Peyton. Okay, so your 7 guys, they're all there. Now, Wiggins is different. We just talked about it, right? Because you got to see where he's at. But those are the 7 defense guys. Now, instead of Porter, you've got DiVincenzo and Kuminga. Okay, that you didn't really, JK was on the team, but not really
not
at
like
the level
this
he's
year.
going to be. Okay, so that helps. Like I think Dante's been amazing, and I think Kuminga has grown up quite a bit. So the Rubik's cube is if Wiggins is a little less early on, it's more DiVincenzo and it's more Kuminga. The other thing too, don't forget, GP2 got hurt of that Memphis series, and they missed him after the Dillon Brooks play.
Right.
Now you got Gary's healthy and playing great right now. The scrimmage yesterday, I got to go and hang out, and I feel very good about where the Warriors are because of the way they finished the season, winning 8 out of 10, because of the championship DNA, because of their camaraderie, and when they focus on you for a full 7 games and you got to beat the Dubs 4 times, like that's a tall task. It's not impossible because teams in the West are really, really good. But this is when, remember the movie Seabiscuit? When the horse would get behind and then his competitive juices would go nuts? This is when, Draymond and Steph and Clay and Steve Kerr, it's the playoffs? What? So I'm very excited about where the Warriors are and trying to ramp up for the postseason. This is when they're at their best.
Bob, as you reference movies, have you ever seen Above the Rim?
Remind me.
Well, basically, you're like Tupac. You're Birdie
Tupac was the coach.
walking into the gymnasium, chewing on a cigar as you're watching your team practice. That's what I'm envisioning right now. Yesterday at practice.
Yeah, well, I always like to go to the install practice because you get to see all the Kings plays. You get to see how the Warriors are going to play certain strategies. I think one of the coolest things last year was the Dallas install practice to watch how they would play Luka and then see it come about and then see Wiggins just be unreal and then the Boston install practice. And so, if you're broadcasting, it's fun to know, okay, here's all the Kings sets and here's what they're going to do and then here's what the Warriors would like to do and then see if it's, if it can come to fruition. For me, as a basketball I geek out on that kind of stuff. So to watch that and then also just see the temperature of the guys and where they're at and stuff like that. So.
Bob Fitzgerald, longtime voice of the Golden State Warriors, been doing it for a long, long time. He is a legend. I love him.
30 years, man.
30 years.
30 out
I don't
there.
like
That's
to throw
a
it out
long
there,
time.
Fitz. I don't
some
like
people
to
think 7 years is a long time. 30 is a long time.
I got to hang out with you for the first time all season because obviously we do the crossover or whatnot, the changeover, I should say. But I don't want to put your age out there, Fitz. You still look young. 30
it's the
years.
King and the Kid Part 2.
Yes,
30 years is a long time.
It is a long time. You've done everything. You told me some stories. Of course, we remember the old SaberCat days, man.
Yeah.
Come on,
I
man.
got some SaberCats, Olympics, NFL. I got it all in there.
We got it all in there. You're going to do much, much more. You talked about Fox, about getting theirs, and I feel good about Looney. The plus-minus against Sabonis this year was really good, and Looney, I think he should be most improved player. He's had a spectacular season, the 35 games with 10-plus rebounds, leading the league in offensive rebounds. You mentioned Draymond Green, but you brought up GP2 picking up, or Wiggins picking up 94 feet. Now, with De'Aaron Fox, should that be the strategy there to kind of wear him down? Because we know how he is in crunch time. He was the best clutch player in the NBA in the regular season. But with GP2 back playing well, they won 8-10. You have Andrew Wiggins coming back. Jonathan Kuminga, who I think is going to be a big X factor, and Dante DiVincenzo. Do you think the Warriors will throw multiple bodies at Fox to give up different looks and stretches and pick him up 94 feet?
I think you hit on it perfetly, Bonte. I don't know if you can pick him up 94 feet.
He's quick, no doubt. He's fast.
Hey, I've got Fox in the backcourt. Wait, he just ran by me. He is such a talented player and has taken such a leap. And his relationship with Mike Brown is the absolute key to why the Kings have been amazing this year. Mike, we love Mike. And so he goes there. First thing he does is establish a rapport with De'Aaron Fox and with Sabonis. They run a lethal pick and roll. They have all those dribble handoffs up top and things like that. But if you think, hey, we're going to press up on De'Aaron Fox, 94, no, the guy is too fast and too quick. But great players cannot get the same look all the time. So it's Steph for a little while. It's GP2. It's going to be Kuminga. It might be Wiggins. Like, yes, that's you're going to have to play all the cards in your deck to slow down De'Aaron Fox. And like I said, he's going to get his. Sabonis is going to get his. This is not, oh, 3 guys collapsed on Fox. Keegan Murray, second in the league in catch-and-shoot percentage. Okay, not Keegan Murray dribbling into a 3 and other stuff. 41% plus on catch-and-shoot threes. Okay, so don't – and where's Red Velvet? He's in the corner. Yeah. Okay, so here's Fox driving. You overhelp in the middle, kick out to a wide guy in the corner. Like, no. Like, the attention on the KYP, who is Herter? Who is Murray? Wait, Malik Monk just hit his first 2 shots. Look out. House on fire. This guy can go for 40. Like, so I really think this is the 40 points. Keegan Murray, Herter, and Monk. Where are they? But, oh, hey, Fox had 31 and Sabonis had 22. The other guys had 21. Warriors win. Rather than, oh, wait, Fox was going crazy, so the whole Warriors collapsed on him, and Herter's shooting warm-up threes in your eye. Like, that is going to be so critical because, make no mistake, Sacramento had the most efficient offense in NBA history. 118 per 100 possessions. Never been done. Not even the championship Warriors. Not even the Magic Lakers. 118 per 100 possessions. The most efficient offense in NBA history. That needs to imprint and scare you a little bit when you look at this series.
Well, Fitz, I'm going to take a page out of your book and say, well, how many fourth quarters did KD, Clay, and Steph play?
No, that's the one thing when they say, fourth quarter Fox, it's great that he was down the stretch, but if you're really good and you're blowing teams out, I don't need to play in the fourth
quarter. God, I love it. There you go.
Fitz, 30 years in the game. I want to make sure that we cement that. You've seen it all. Like, obviously, the dynastic run and all the different wild environments.
I also saw 17 of the first 18 years with no playoffs.
So that's where I'm going with this. That's where I'm going with this. Like, go back to We Believe. And I do.
This is Sacramento's We Believe.
Yep. Doesn't it feel that way?
Yep, 100%.
They made an incredible trade. It sparked everything that they've got going. Couple of youthful guys. Like, there's a lot that I actually feel very happy for the Northern California brethren up there in Sacramento. You, at knowing this team, they're going to be ready for this environment because I do think it's going to be a wild arena, don't you?
Well, I tell you what, just the game Friday, the second to last game of the regular season, it was nuts up there.
Really?
But what I'm saying is a little different. When the Warriors had We Believe, and it was the first playoff game, since the Johnson administration, and everybody was going crazy, there were no Maverick fans buying tickets and sneaking in. Right? I mean, Oracle put, 10,000 people that shouldn't have been in the building on top of the fans that bought tickets. Like, everybody knew somebody like, I know an A's Usher and the doors open. Like, I mean, that first home game, I was like, do these people have seats? Where is everybody going? I mean, that was the craziest game ever. So this is the Sacramento first home playoff game after 16 years, right?
Yep.
But you know who's in the building?
A lot of Dub fans.
A lot of Dub Nation. A lot of Dub Nation are like, hey, the tickets are expensive. Dub Nation's like, so?
No doubt.
Like, so?
Hey, Bob.
Come on.
Are you bringing the sticks up? How many places are you playing over the next couple days up there?
That's on a need-to-know basis. That's on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah,
Come
no
on.
doubt.
That's one of those. But I think you will have Warrior fans represent. Yep. And then if we're honest, and if we put our hands on the purple Bible, the Kings fans still love the Dubs.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I like that.
It's like if the Warriors play Memphis, like Sacramento Kings fans are pulling. No, it's NorCal. So this Warrior run, Kings fans are like, man, the Warriors are. Why can't we be like them? Like that, and so the Kings fans are amazing. They always have been.
Of course, agreed.
But I think in their heart of hearts, they're like super happy for the Kings, as I am.
We all are.
If I'm watching the Kings play the Atlanta Hawks, I got Mike Brown, I got Harrison.
Yep.
I got Barbosa up there. I got Luke Locks. I got a ton of Sacramento love. So for me, this is like, your brother is playing your favorite cousin or something. I mean, this is so intricate and interesting with these two teams. So I do think there's going to be a lot of Warrior fans, and even the Kings fans there are like, man, Steph's good.
Yeah.
Clay's awesome. You know, now and then what they have to gear up and growl is when they think that, oh man, Clay had 37 and a quarter against us. That's like NBA history. So, it won't be. It's going to be great and feverish and fun. It won't be that road crowd that we see in other cities sometimes when the Warriors play in the playoffs.
No, I do agree with you with Malik Monk. He could get hot. He could dunk on your head. He could get hot from the perimeter. But Jordan Poole, how much will it help him going into this environment, having a postseason under his belt that netted the Warriors a fourth championship in the last 8 years? I think Poole's going to be able to get to the rack at will, get to the free throw line, which helped him out last week in Sacramento. Remember, he didn't hit a field goal. He's 0 for 10, 0 for 6 from the three-point line. But wait, he gets to the free throw line 9 times in that basketball game and nails 8 of them. And I'm looking at the rim protector in Sacramento, and I don't see none, Fitz.
Oh, look at how Bonte is just... Bonte's like the Padawan who's become the Jedi. Like,
I've learned from you, Fitz.
No, let's do a little chess match here. They double team Steph. One of those double teamers, because it's going to be Draymond or Looney setting the high screen, is Sabonis. So now I got Sabonis 17, 18 feet out of the lane. Once I get the ball to the, Steph has a release pass. Who is their rim protector?
Nobody.
Who's there?
Nobody.
So that's the other thing for the Warriors. Yeah, the Warriors' DNA is threes. But, man, if I got a 4-on-3 and they got nobody at the rim, I got to go inside. And that's where if it's a Kuminga, if it's a GP2, the tic-tac-toe, I'm sorry that you're not going to have a guy at the rim because your big has been pulled out in that double team. So that, to me, Dante, you just hit on it right there. The rim protection, who do they have? If you're going to double team Steph and a Briggs coming up, then who's left at the rim? Like, that's a huge, huge issue in the half court and how the Warriors execute.
Wow, Bob, you are on fire this morning. And by the way,
you left Shasky speechless. He's never at a loss for words. He didn't know what to say after that analogy.
He's using my material from the 6 a.m. hour to flex on you,
saying,
and I'm like, geez.
8:51, Bonte just identified who's the Kings ring protector. Like, I'm telling, that's the score. This whole series could be 128, 121,
right? No doubt.
I think
or 135, 126.
So, and also,
amazing.
Also, Fitz, real quick, the Chase Center. Everybody's talking about Golden One Center. All right. The Warriors lose one game in the postseason in the last playoff, 11-1. They lose the catastrophic game one against Boston. We know how that series ended. This year they're 33-8, and last year, if I'm not mistaken, they lost 10 home games. So
yeah, this year they were 33-8 at home.
That's 19 losses at home in the last two seasons. I mean, teams get to Chase Center, and that avalanche of threes starts coming down. Like Katie Caraway, I'm going to throw him under the bus, ESPN 1320. He's our guy. He's a big Kings fan. But he called Chase Center the dental office. And I told Katie, I said, well, get ready for a root canal because there's going to be a lot of teeth pulling with the threes that are raining down inside that stadium. It's something about Chase Center that's just magical.
Let's lay this out. You just hit on it. If you're 31-10, and then you're 11-1 in the postseason, and then you're 33-8, you know what you figured out? It ain't the building, it's Dub Nation in the building. The same people that were at Oracle are a lot of the same people at Chase Center. And that's why you can change the warehouse, but give me the inhabitants of the building. That's why they're so great at home. This team went on the road and was like, well, who is this team? They come back home. They were better than any home season since 2017. So you think you're going to walk into Chase because there's no atmosphere there? Were you at the playoffs last year? Come on now. So, no, I love the Warriors' home court advantage because Dub Nation, I always say, not reactive. They don't wait for stuff to happen. They're proactive. They cheer to make things happen. That's the difference.
We've hardly touched on Draymond Green and Klay Thompson. I telling Bonte that I feel like Klay is flying under the radar in this series. He's always good for, at minimum, one signature game per series. It feels like the flow of the game and everything, not only does it suit JP, I feel like it really suits Klay too, no?
Yes, no, you're hit on it, is that it's a huge, you guys are identifying everything perfectly. Poole needs to be big because they're trying to send the kitchen sink at Steph.
Absolutely.
And the big one is, okay, you don't think Steph is going to find Klay if you send multiple guys at him? And Klay's shooting warm-up threes or open threes or transition threes? And Klay is healthier this year than he was last year when, oh, by the way, he played more playoff minutes than anyone on the roster. Win that bar bet with people. who played more playoff minutes than any Warrior
I didn't know that.
last year in the championship.
Yeah,
Klay Thompson.
Yep.
So to me, No, Clay, amazing. And then if you want the master class in playoff basketball, when Draymond Green gets engaged and starts dissecting what you do offensively, what you do defensively, what his team needs to do, what the matchups are, where he's going to rotate, how he's going to blow up your favorite plays. Like when Draymond is locked in on you, whoo! That, like, to me, that's the most fun, because I'm sorry on the Go Bears and when the defensive player of the year is a guy who should be able to guard 1 through 5.
Right.
Who is just playing 1,000 miles an hour all the time. Give me 5 Draymonds and 6 of them on Sunday. I mean, this is my kind of guy in terms of all he does is help you win, and he's on your side. I'm taking Draymond all day.
Well, before we get you out of here, Fitz, and we appreciate the time today as always. Draymond Green, what gets overlooked is his aggressiveness offensively. I think offensively, he's had one of his better seasons. Heck, may have been his best season since 2016, because obviously he took a back seat to Kevin Durant, knowing that KD, Clay, and Steph, hey, let those guys shoot all day long. Why wouldn't you want to do that? But offensively, when he's aggressive, the Warriors, I think the regular season, they win 78, 79% of the time when he scores at least 10 points per game. But it's when he's aggressive, this offense just goes to another level.
Yeah, well, here's the other thing. You know what the second favorite Warrior play is besides a Steph 3, Clay 3, whatever? Is just miss a shot and let Looney go rebound it.
Yeah.
so I mean, because what happens is if the Draymond Express is pulling into the station 100 miles an hour in the open floor, if he makes the layup, great. If it happens to run out, here's Looney on the offensive glass. And the one thing with Looney and Sabonis, their second chance rebounds, the most points created by any 2 players in the league.
Wow.
So Looney number 1, Sabonis number 2. So it's one of those where when they get it, do they go right back up? Nah, there's 3 guys inside. They kick it back out for open threes.
Yep.
And so Looney on the glass and Sabonis on the offensive glass, they don't hurt you necessarily because they went back up and in with it. They hurt you because, Looney just found Steph. He just found Clay wide open.
Yep.
I mean, and Draymond offensively, when I believe in his offense maybe more than he believes in his offense sometimes. Like,
tell him to shoot it. After the Memphis game last year, Fitz in Game 6, Darrell and I walk out. We see him in the parking lot. I'm like, let it fly. He had 14 attempts in that game, and they were so much better offensively.
Yeah, but I think when Draymond is attacking the rim, he's such a good passer too. It's just, to me, this is his time of year. This guy's the ultimate winner. It's why he's going to the Hall of Fame. I just love him locked in and ready to focus on a team for a full 7-game series.
Fitz, one of our callers, one of our roasters, Schleprock, came up with the greatest nickname for Kevon Looney. He called him Kevon Windex Looney because he always cleans up the glass. Come on, man. Is that not good or what, Fitz?
Well, what I did like is in Sacramento, Looney had an offensive rebound that last Friday, and they were chanting Loon in Sacramento. I was like, what? Looney, you know the best story about Looney is when Colin and I were at St. Andrews for the British Open, we ran into 20 guys in Kevon Looney jerseys.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, remember that? They had the Looney jerseys.
Yeah, these 20 guys bet on the Warriors to win a championship, and they bet preseason, midseason, all-star break, the whole bit, and they won, like, racks, like a lot of money. And they got a whole condo right by the 18th hole at St. Andrews, and they're all Looney guys. And so they were walking around the British Open all in number 5 jerseys. And so Colin and I run into him. We're like, we see one guy like, what? A Looney jersey? What the hell? So we're talking to him, and the guy's like, no, I got 20 dudes. We're like, yeah. How many beers have you had? And he said, no, there's 20 of us. So we went and found the 20 Looney guys all in their jerseys and took pictures with them and stuff. And so then I'm texting Steph. I'm like, man, I don't see a lot of 30 jerseys here, but Looney is owning Scotland. Like, what's up with that?
Wow. So you texted Steph. You were at St. Andrews. I mean, like, and the amount of humbleness on that story was incredible.
I want to know if the guys had fit aids with them, man, with the Looney jerseys.
They probably did.
Yeah, but it was, think of that's, we're all sports fans and we all got boys that we hang with. To win a big sporting bet with your boys
is the best.
And then, it's not, hey, I'm going to make my car payment. No, we're going to the British Open in style, and then we're all, hey, everybody get a Looney jersey so we can rock it together when we walk around the golf course. I mean, I wanted to join these guys. I'm like, what? This is such a great story. And, we told Kaman that. He thought we were just making it up. And I said, oh, no. We have photographic proof. Here it is. So
Did you play St. Andrews?
No, because the British Open was going
Oh, it was
on.
going during the Open. Okay.
No, we played 6 times in Scotland. We had like 12 guys. And did
Oh,
a
that's
golf trip
awesome.
and
I'm
everything.
so jealous.
150th Open. That's why we went. We went for history.
Oh, was that the one that went extras, the extra 3-hole aggregate? Was that one?
No. This is the one where Cam Smith beat
recently.
Rory. And then
Gotcha.
this, I'll finish it off with this, and then I have to ask you guys a moral question here. I know we're up at the top of the hour.
No, I don't even.
We were leaving Scotland the Monday after. Cam Smith is 3 people ahead of us in the check-in line and he's got the claret jug with him. And these tools wanted him to check it as luggage.
No, they didn't.
They're like, "Oh, sir, you have to." He's like, "That's the claret jug." Like, I'm not. Plus British Airways, I've seen your luggage track record.
Right.
No,
Yes.
I'm not checking this bag. And then what was funny is the people in the luggage line were like, "Hey, that's the claret jug." Like, no, he's not checking it. So that was kind of funny. All right, so here's my moral question.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Our man Whitey Gleason wants me to come on Sacramento radio next week. Like, do I do this, or do I, keep missing his phone calls, or what do I do?
Nah, you go up there and blast Sacramento's airways, and you just
Really?
keep it real with them. Absolutely. It'd be the best segment they have all day.
Yeah.
All right. I went to you guys as my kind of moral guides here on what do I do? I mean,
Show them a little love up at Sacktown.
or
Fitz.
do I go on and just give all fake info?
Or you could do
There
that
you go.
too.
The
Yeah.
key to the series is Chemezi Metu.
Trey Lyles 3-point shot. You got to really get out on Trey Lyles.
Yeah.
Hey, Fitz, I'm almost sneaking because you got our roasters fired up here.
Oh,
We got
my
everybody on the
God.
text line going crazy. You may have to give the pregame speech tomorrow. Saturday night.
What you do in life echoes in eternity. From Gladiator. Come on.
God,
That's
that is great.
I mean, legends never die, Fitz. You are the man. Like, on the real.
Actually, you know what? And the Warriors play Saturday, so it means you get Sunday off, and then we have the games, by the way, Monday and
Yep,
Thursday on
no
NBC
doubt.
Sports Bay Area. So please check out
Bonte had
Bonte.
his
Please
suit
check
laid
out
out.
Coletta. So
Yeah, Bonte had his suit laid out a month ago.
Oh, I'm ready
His
for
girl's all
playoffs,
over it. He's
man.
got
I'm ready for this
dapper.
playoff run, Fitz. You
But I
know
was
it,
going to
man.
say on Sunday, everybody should go see Peter Guber's movie Air, the one about Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Matt Damon gives a speech in that movie that if the hair on the back of your neck doesn't stand up, you need to check your pulse. Because I thought Air was one of the best movies I've seen in the last 5 years. It was
Wow.
absolutely fantastic. It's a true story. By the way, there's no car crashes, people getting killed, or stuff getting blown up. It's actually just a real movie about a real story with great acting. And Matt Damon gives a speech where you're like, oh, my God, that just kind of changed my life. So,
love it.
So that maybe you show that speech to the Warriors if need be. So
All right.
All right, Fitz. 30 minutes, man. That was a lot of fun.
Fitz,
Man.
you're the
We'll do it
best.
again during
You're
this
the
playoff
best.
run. Go have fun today, man. And obviously,
'em
NBC
straight.
Monday night when you'll be on the call for game number 2 of this first round
Monday and
series.
Thursday we'll take
Yep.
care of games 2 and 3.
Let's
And
go.
we got 5 and 6. What's your prediction? What did you guys go with?
We haven't gotten predictions yet, but I'm guessing 5 or 6. I'm leaning 5
I'm
or
saying
6.
Dubs in 5.
Hey, oh, wow. Okay.
I game 1, they look 27 straight series, right, Fitz? Where they've
Yeah.
won a road game.
Yeah, that's right.
They've never lost a Western Conference Series under Steve Kerr, and I don't think it's going to happen in
What
this
do you
round.
think, Fitz?
I got to go. I'll see you guys later.
Fitz, have a good one, man.
right, guys.
To the legend,
He hit
30
me with
years
the
in the
Mac
game.
Dre. I
Bob
gots to go.
Fitzgerald. Oh, man, what a
Baby, I
segment
gots
that
to
was.
go.
What a segment with Bobby Fitzgerald.